What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another episode of Weekend Watch. So this time last week I was talking about Snow White and how the movie, even though it is a Disney live action and people complain about those kinds of movies, they still managed to make money, and I was pretty confident that Snow White was going to have a very nice opening weekend and continue to make money. Well, after this weekend's opening weekend results, I am no longer confident that that is going to happen because Snow White in its opening weekend just domestically only brought in $43 million. That is worse than Dumbo. And as far as the worldwide total, not even 100 million. Snow White worldwide, 87.3 million. So what is going to happen with this movie next week, going into April, and the future of the long run of the box office? Well, as far as next week, I'm pretty confident that Snow White will maintain at number one, most likely drop off 50% or so, probably around 20 to 22 million. But then the roadblock occurs because the first weekend of April is a Minecraft movie. And I feel like that film is going to be huge. Whoever loves Minecraft, I honestly am not even sure what Minecraft is. I am not the target audience for that game. I believe it's a game. I am not the audience for that movie. But I feel like whoever loves and adores Minecraft is dying to go and check out this film. So I feel like that movie is going to have a very strong opening weekend, and Snow White is going to get bumped out. Now, as far as the long run of April, Snow White could maintain second, third place very easily. I'm not really sure how much money it's going to bring in, but as far as what's coming out in April, there's only a few movies that I think are going to pull in a decent amount of money, and all of the others, I'm not really. April is kind of weak, just a little bit. As far as the standout movies to me, there's Sinners and there's also The Accountant 2, but other than that, there really isn't anything that is competition for Minecraft movie or Snow White. So I feel like Snow White, even though it's on the lower end of money making, it's going to continue to make money throughout the entire month of April. Now, as far as the longevity of its run, I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. Because with Mufasa is the perfect example of debuting with a small opening weekend, but by the end of its run, made a huge amount of money. Because Mufasa opened to a $35 million opening weekend, but by the end of its run, over $700 million worldwide. Now, I'm not saying that Snow White has any chance of duplicating this, most likely not, because all of the controversies and people are just boycotting this movie like crazy. Plus the reviews, I reviewed the movie and I thought it was okay. I gave it a 3-star on my Letterboxd. It's tolerable. It's not absolute garbage. It's not a dumpster fire, in my opinion, but I definitely can see where people have their complaints about the movie. So unfortunately with Snow White, I don't think the longevity of bringing in money is going to occur. It's not going to be a duplicate of Mufasa because just all the negativity and all the bad reviews and the controversy and everything about the movie is really working against it. So this is going to be a huge failure for Disney. And then by the time we get to May, we have another Disney movie debuting, Thunderbolts, which I am personally really looking forward to. So Disney, or I should say Snow White, really only has about 5 more weeks, and then it's going to completely just float off into oblivion. Not a great start for Snow White. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the rest of the top 5. Second and third place. Second place goes to Black Bag. This was very surprising. I did not expect Black Bag to be the runner-up. But this movie brought in 4.4 million, not the best number, but we're working with what we have. And then in third place is Captain America Brave New World with 4.1 million. Fourth and fifth place. Fourth place is Mickey 17. Unfortunately, this movie is just tanking horribly with 3.9 million. And rounding out the top five, even worse, is Novocaine with 3.7 million. That movie debuted at number one last week and dropped to number five. I'm not really sure why the audience, or I should say people out there, are not connecting with Novocaine. They just don't want to go and see this movie. I really recommended it to you guys because I thought it was a lot of fun, a great option for a date night if you guys want to go out and watch a movie, have fun, laugh, action. It pretty much has all of that. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I really enjoyed the movie. I'm still going to recommend it. If you want something that's not Snow White, Novocaine is a great option to go and check out. Now let's talk about what is happening at the box office this coming weekend. What are the 5 films that are going up against Snow White? So we have 3 main major brand new releases and 2 smaller, more limited releases. So as far as the 3 main, we have A Working Man, Death of a Unicorn, and also The Woman in the Yard. There's also Penguin Lessons and The Ballad of Wallace Island. So, of course, the movie that I'm interested in the most is A Working Man because that movie stars Jason Statham. It's also co-written by Sly Stallone. And on top of that, it also co-stars David Harbour. I feel like this movie was made for me. So I am so going to see A Working Man Thursday, Friday, whenever I can go and check it out. I'm going to see that movie. I'm very excited. I also do want to check out Death of a Unicorn. That's the brand new A24 film with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. And I am also curious about The Woman in the Yard because that movie stars Danielle Deadwyler, and she's known for very dramatic roles. So for her to star in a horror movie has my interest. And I'm not really sure about the other 2, possibly, maybe, but those 3 I definitely want to check out. Now, as far as streaming, let's talk about streaming because as I always say, there's always options on streaming for you. And this coming week is another huge streaming week. Last week was a huge week, and this week is huge as well. So over on Netflix, we have The Life List. I'm not really sure what this movie is about. I haven't heard anything about it, but that's pretty much the only major brand new release over on Netflix. Now on Max, this is a great debut, Queer. Queer is a movie that was nominated during award season, starring Daniel Craig. He was nominated for Best Actor for this movie. I did not get the chance to see the film, so I'm happy it's going to debut on Max so I could stream that one. Now, the debut that I'm most excited about this week is over on Hulu because A Complete Unknown is going to be available. I cannot wait to rewatch this movie. I told my mom all about the film. She really wants to watch this one with me because this was her time period of like Bob Dylan during that, those few decades and everything. So she really wants to watch it. That was like her music growing up, so we're going to have a great time watching it together. And I'm sure my dad will want to watch it too. Now, speaking of Mufasa, Disney Plus this week has Mufasa, the Lion King. So if you waited, if you held out and you did not go to the theater, it will be available this coming week on Disney Plus. Over on Amazon Prime, we have a brand new movie starring Nicole Kidman called Holland, and also Bosch Legacy Season 3. And I believe this is the final season of that show. Paramount Plus has a brand new series called Mobland. Could be interesting. I love mob stories and mob movies and things like that, so I might want to check this one out. And finally, over on Apple TV Plus, we have The Studio and also Side Quest. So that is everything happening at the box office and also on streaming. So comment down below and let me know your thoughts about Snow White. What do you think is going to happen with this movie as far as going into next week in the month of April, the long run? What are your Snow White money predictions? Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.